Movies are big business, and they make a lot of cash for some seriously powerful companies. It used to be that there were 6 of these companies, but now we're pretty much down to 5, making the concentration of wealth and power even bigger than it's ever been before. As a fact, nearly 90% of all the films shown in US cinemas come from one of these 5 companies.
This is beyond nuts, boss. It gets better.
In 2010, just 2 years after the financial crisis hit, 85% of all of the content produced from Hollywood was either a remake, a reboot,
I love it when a plan comes together.
The A-Team.
a sequel, a prequel, or part of an existing franchise.
Only I can live forever.
And it's easy to see in that climate why they wouldn't take a risk on an unknown independent film, when they can just crank out another Marvel or Star Wars blockbuster that's going to bring people flocking to the cinemas in their millions.
You've just found like the tip of the iceberg. You guys stop. Put the camera down.
But what about the other 15%? The movies that aren't just recovering old ground.
Is this going to be our time?
Many of these are produced by independent film companies not affiliated with the Big Five.
It's too small, man.
Not too small, brother.
Big hands. The way to stop the feds tracking you is very simple. You eat your SIM card.
Can I cook, man?
We call these the indies, and the films they create are indie films. Because indie films don't have to worry about appealing to mass mainstream audiences, they can cover subject matter that's a little bit more risky, or occasionally outright controversial. So let's take a look at one of the indie films that did that. The film opens up by establishing its anti-authority themes.
If you're going to be aggressive with me, then I'm going to have to ask you to leave.
It's not about me being aggressive.
I'm going to have to ask you to leave.
I'm trying to explain to you a situation and you don't care.
We see the powerful authority of the government and the downtrodden individual in this opening scene depicted perfectly.
Who's first in this queue?
I am.
Do you mind if this young lass signs on first?
No, you carry on.
This isn't your concern. I want you to get out as well.
Everything about this film screams indie. From its official selection at the Sundance Film Festival, well known for its championing of independent film, to the later use of the Palme d'Or, which indicates that this film won the highest honour at the Cannes Film Festival.
Can you walk more than 50 metres?
Yes.
Can you raise either arm to put something in your top pocket?
Yes.
Name-dropping Ken Loach immediately signifies the social realism genre of this film.
So what are you doing up here?
We got in a bit of trouble. We was in a homeless hostel for about 2 years.
They couldn't give you anywhere near your family?
No, not in London.
He is a director with a tremendous amount of pedigree in this genre, and therefore it immediately lifts the expected quality of the film.
I was a carpenter. I've never been anywhere near a computer.
We see some of the barriers to the success of Daniel Blake in his concentration on old world skills and a lack of new world technological knowledge. And this is a direct criticism of how inaccessible the benefits system has become in Britain under the Conservative government.
That's what you'd like. Talking about locking the door and calling the police.
Okay, would you like to come this way?
The juxtaposition of lots of different scenes here implies that this is all taking place in one conversation, when in fact it isn't. The reason this is done in the trailer is to condense down the huge struggle that Daniel Blake faces and the extent of the uphill challenge ahead of him.
There must be some mistake.
There are more indicators here of the social realism drama, as this film is criticising the Conservative government's policy of rolling all the benefits into one simple, easy system.
You've done nothing to be ashamed of. You're around with 2 kids. You've done amazing.
This film achieved high praise from the likes of Jeremy Corbyn, leader of the Labour Party, who several times in Parliament asked Prime Minister Theresa May if she had seen it. The quick cuts here, coupled with the rising crescendo in music, imply increased pace. Things are happening.
You could lose everything.
Well, I'm not going to give up.
The diverse audience at the end suggests that this is a film for everybody.
You're done for.
The sudden stop of the music and pause before the titles are shown allows the audience's mind time to fill this gap before the title of the film appears and fades to black, allowing the audience time to ruminate on all that they have seen.